Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Zyra.
Ooh.
We are back.
Yes. Pride Month is upon us, y'all.
It really is. The weather is getting warmer. And
Is it though?
Memorial Day weekend did definitely not feel like Memorial Day weekend.
First of
I
all,
did no barbecue events.
shout out to everybody who went to the beach. I feel like every year it's like a hit or a miss. But I don't know where people be coming from or what beaches people go to that it just be so warm for you to be at the beach. Like,
I feel like sometimes you just gotta go.
I know, but it's just like, yo. Especially, no, because what gets me is like where we're at, you'll think it's hot and it's a nice day for the beach, and then you go to the beach and then it's all windy and breezy and cold, and it's really not a good beach day.
Yeah.
But then on actual cold days, people go to the beach. I don't know. Maybe it's just beach fiends. And I mean, good for you. I want to be like you when I grow up. But like, ooh, girl, what is a perfect beach day for real?
I don't know. It's funny because I feel like I was telling JoJo, like, we need to plan our beach days this summer because, like, I want to go during the weekdays so it's less packed. But last time we went to the beach and we were super prepared, it started to rain.
Anytime I feel that we were prepared,
Girl.
or that we planned, we either A, didn't go because the weather didn't look good where we were, or we went and then the weather was good in the first couple hours and then it turned to shit. Or it's just not it's all mostly weather-wise, I feel like.
Yeah, mind you, like we were waiting till last minute. Like everyone's getting up and leaving and we're just sitting there like, is it really gonna rain?
Because we
Yeah,
also just drove
the
a journey
clouds
to
look
get
dark, but
here.
still. And then as we're walking to our car, that's when it really started to rain.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We're definitely gonna try to plan it anyways. But Philly Pride is on June 1st. So that is like the first Pride event that we're gonna go to. They always have it on the 1st. I don't know why, because it's also during Asbury Park Pride. Um
Is Asbury on the first?
yeah.
I feel like usually Philly is within the first weekend or second weekend of Pride. This is the first time, like, I was mad confused because when I saw the date, I said, is this for real? June 1st, like the day after May. Like, this is too soon. Too soon. I know we ready, but I'm not that ready.
Sometimes I feel like they do this shit on the same dates to like not have too many people there. Cause like people are going to Asbury, but
Yeah,
that means that they're not gonna go to Philly.
I mean, anybody who's going to Asbury clearly is not going to Philly because that's like a journey away.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's also if it's Pride Month and Pride Month is only but so long. And I feel like if it's like parades and festivals and shit, they can't plan to do those things on the weekday.
It's just
Unless it's
really annoying. Like I need, and
like
then
there's 4 weekends in a month. They gotta get busy.
Jersey City has theirs in August.
Right.
That's a little nuts to me.
That's a little far out. But
Like,
I mean, good for them. That means it works for them. That means it's actually smart because if you think about it, okay, yeah, it's not in Pride Month, which is like what the hell. But it being in August is actually smart because now it's the only Pride event that everybody's gonna go to.
right. That's true.
So it's actually quite smart.
Right, so everyone has to go to it. But yeah, it is August 23rd. I probably won't even be here. That date sounds a little familiar. But
She'll be a Bad Bunny. Yeah, all right. I'll be at Jersey City Pride. No problem.
we'll see. But we'll
Don't worry
definitely
about
be
it.
at Philly Pride. Last time we went was like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It was really fun. So crossing my fingers that it's just as fun. There's like a new little gay club or bar called, what's it called?
Is
Little
Little Gay
Pub?
Bar?
Little Gay Pub or
Little
something like
little.
that.
I thought it was Little Gay Bar. Maybe it is Little Gay Pub. I don't know.
Um yeah, it's called the Little Gay Pub.
Okay.
And it's very cute from the videos that I've seen. I just know it's gonna be super packed, especially because now I'm talking about it. But I kind of want to walk by there. Um, and then the weekend afterwards, we're actually gonna be at DC World Pride. I have never been to DC Pride, but it kind of sounds like a bigger version of Philly, but a smaller version of New York.
You think?
Yes, I was looking at their, so we're gonna be on a float, and I was looking at their, like the direction that it goes to. It's only 1.8 miles.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a long thing. You could walk that very easily.
Yeah.
But first, we're actually gonna be at Havana Nights, and that is on Friday, June 6th, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're there to support Taste Takeover. It's a nonprofit, and it's the only queer Latina women's events in the DC area. I don't know if y'all remember and if y'all watched the Queer Ultimatum, but there was a guest there that everybody loved because she was just speaking facts. I think she was Tiffany's friend.
Yeah.
Her name is Natasha, but pretty much her and her partner are, they host events. So we're gonna be partnering with them to do the Havana Nights. It's gonna have like live music and old school Cuban music, and it's a chill event. It's at a speakeasy. It's from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So you could come right after work. And yeah, it's nothing crazy, very chill. So I like that, like to start off the Pride festivities.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day we're gonna be on the float on during the parade, and they're gonna have a free festival at the end. And then I'm probably gonna say her name wrong, but Cynthia Erivo,
Mm-hmm.
she's like the girl from Wicked. She's gonna be the headliner on Saturday. So that's very cool. On Sunday, Dochi's gonna be the headliner. We won't be there by then, but I was like, oh, that's dope. Um, and that night, Preciosa night is also having a party at the Howard Theater at 10 p.m. Also in the same area. So, girl, we already have an Airbnb booked. Had to get like the dogs a babysitter, the whole thing. And this kind of came out of nowhere, but I feel like we were like, oh yeah, we're down. Sounds like a good time.
There are dogs definitely don't like us because they're like, you bitches just keep booking shit left to right, and y'all don't love us. But um, what was I gonna say? Shout out to Eden and Jade too because they just had a
Oh
motherfucking
yeah.
baby. Oh
Congratulations to
my
them.
god, it's so
I don't know how
crazy.
they're doing it all.
They are super womans
Yeah.
because wow.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for them, but you guys can go to their like Instagram and like look at their most recent videos where they talk about like the whole giving birth situation,
Mhm.
but they did not have a good experience here in the US, and after Jay having to go to the hospital many times, they decided that they're going to have their baby in Mexico, which was the original plan, but then whatever, they changed their mind, and then they were like, you know what, we're gonna give birth in Mexico
Yeah.
because the care over there was way better from what it looks like. They didn't tell her that the baby's umbilical cord was around his neck, and then she found out when she was like in Mexico. So it was a quick delivery with the C-section and all of that. But they're they're thriving. They look like they're making it work, and the baby is so cute.
They're like so I've been seeing them post like every day. They like
Yes, like they this, they that.
yeah, with the baby, and I'm just like it's so crazy. Like okay, yeah, they planned it. They've been planning the whole preparation of the process of like, between medical appointments and actually like having the baby, the 9 months with the baby and whatever. And like now all of a sudden the baby is just here. And
Right.
like I wonder if they feel that way because I'm just like now that I'm seeing them post, day by day with the baby, I'm just like, oh my god, like you guys really like, yeah, we knew you guys were pregnant, but like now all of a sudden you just have this baby, like you just have this
Hmm.
human being that you're taking for, and I mean they look so cute. It's just the sweetest thing, but I'm just like, holy crap,
Yeah.
that's like it's no matter how much you plan, that's still almost like it's sudden.
Yeah, very surreal. I have two friends who just gave birth as well. And maybe I'm a bad influence, but every time we meet, we're like drinking.
Hmm.
But I feel like they're the one that be gassing it, not me. I do not be gassing situations. You told me to open the bottle. What I'm gonna do? Not open
Finish
it?
it.
Duh.
She's gonna
So,
finish it.
I mean, we be having a good time, but I feel like they kind of need it because they start to lose themselves when they're indoors all day, every day. So, yeah, shout out to them.
Yes.
Cause
Do you want to be a part of the
yeah,
Mothers Club?
like me giving birth.
Mm-hmm.
I already told
You don't
you.
have to give birth. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, I like to have kids.
yeah,
Sometimes it's a yes, sometimes it's a no.
can't do
Yeah,
sometimes, baby girl.
I know.
I.
It's just like you really like your whole life really changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I also think about like the financial aspect of it, like these influencers that we talk about and we follow, they're having kids and they're doing the damn thing because they're influencers and they could afford it. And I do know that other people have kids and obviously they're not influencers, but I want to know like how like I don't know what type of jobs y'all have to afford this type of IVF treatments. And yeah, you don't have to go through IVF. You could go through another route, but that's the route that we would want to go through. So like financially, I guess I just like overthink that. Like, how are you gonna afford it? I also think about the future and like where are we gonna be in the future? Like, we're so miserable now. Like, sometimes I feel like bringing a kid into this world is like a little scary because you don't know. I don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen with everything and who's in charge. Um, no freedom. And yeah,
No kids. Got it.
I did not say no
So,
kids. I just said sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That I don't know.
um,
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I want a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I I obviously like come from a family where I have a few siblings, so I always thought that I would have a few children. But I'll settle for one. The one don't look so bad, but it is.
But then you have one and you're like, oh, I can't have. They can't be an only child.
Yeah.
That's always what I hear people say.
I was telling Dyra the other day that like this was literally like 2 3 days ago, and I had a dream. I don't know where this dream came from. I never had a dream like it or that I could recall, but it basically was like we had a kid, and it was like like a little we had a little daughter about like 1 or 2, and I don't know. Maybe it was honestly I think it was like a dream inspired by Eden and Jay
Really?
after seeing like them
Mm-hmm.
and their whole and I don't know, it was just so cute. It almost felt like familiar. I don't know how to explain it, but somehow I feel like that dream came about and it almost felt like like it was us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's crazy, it was weird, but nonetheless the dream was cute. I thought it was just so nice, and I was just like, I don't know, it was just so cute and wholesome. And I only say that because we don't talk about kids often. That's not like a topic in our conversations hardly ever. Um, and it's not that I don't feel like I don't know. Some days it feel like it's never gonna happen, and some days it's just like, oh well, we're just not there yet. And I don't know. That's just like anything in life. I feel like we're just all in this I don't know era because we don't know
I also
how life
feel
is
like
going. Period.
I also like people don't have a village anymore like how we
Yeah.
were raised, you know? Like I feel like we were probably raised in a time where I mean, I know for me, like I was always at somebody's house. Like if my mom was working, I was always at somebody's house. If it was my aunt, if it was my grandma, if it was my dad, like when I lived in Puerto Rico, I was just with different people all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays you really can't find that. And I feel like you can't blame it. People live far, people have other responsibilities, people have their own kids.
Hmm.
Um, Kids is never something that I've been pressured from my family,
Yeah.
surprisingly. Um, I mean my grandma, but yeah. So would you want to be like a stay-at-home mom?
I don't know.
Cuz I wouldn't want to.
I don't. I don't think
Somebody
like
has to work and somebody has to stay home.
I don't.
No, literally, that's how it works.
Girl, we could both work.
And what the baby gonna be?
And that's why I'm on nights and you're on days. What do
Oh
you
no,
want?
no, that's crazy though.
What do you mean that's
I feel like
crazy?
I wouldn't get any sleep
People do it all the time.
and work.
Yeah.
No, they don't. No, I have
I don't
yet
know.
to see
I
someone
don't have
who
a
goes to work and does the damn thing too. I just told
what do
you
you
two of
mean?
my friends have had babies. They don't work. The lady I babysit for, she doesn't work. Like my mom didn't
That
work.
means whoever they with has a great, very stressful job that pays enough for them to live off one
Oh,
income.
I for sure. But that's what I tell you with the finance thing. Like it's like I wouldn't want to stay home. So it's like then I will have to go to work. But then it's like so I need a really good job.
I don't know. Like I said, we don't talk about it, so we don't have like a whole play by play or idea. I don't. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't know unless I'm in that situation to know like, oh, does it make sense to be a stay at home? How long to be a stay at home? Blah blah blah. Um, I mean, we have parents that weren't stay at home, so or at least I had parents who
Mm-hmm.
weren't stay at home. So I mean,
And
I've
who
seen
did
it
you
done.
stay with?
I mean, we had grandmoms,
Well, guess what?
so I still with my
I don't
grandma,
talk to
but
mine, but yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't think it would need to. I like we would have to choose between being stay at home. Then the first couple months to the year, sure would make sense, but I'm in a position where I could take leave, maternity leave and shit like
Mm-hmm.
that. But we're off that. That was fun. That was a cute idea to entertain.
No, I mean I think this is an important discussion because it's obviously if it's something that you want,
Mhm.
something you gotta plan.
Mhm.
Because we're not straight couples who could just have a baby whenever and then figure it out. I also think a lot of parents do that. They just have kids and they don't think about the consequences that come with it. Unfortunately, um, not saying that they're like a problem because that sounds negative, but bringing someone into this world is a big deal. Um, what else? So we have the Thailand trip coming up. We just wanted to remind you guys that on June 1st, that's gonna be like the last day to book it. Travelers based in the US, you have the option to pay with Affirm if you like to attend and you can't like pay in full. Um, and then the last thing about like our little catch up is that moving forward, we're gonna be like an audio only version.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
I'm tired of going on screen looking crazy and stressed.
Yeah, so I know some people were like, "Oh, you guys don't have to like get dressed up. You just wear your PJs."
I mean, I never did, but still.
I think it was more about like the setup. Like there's a lot that goes behind the scenes with lighting and the camera, the angles, um, and then matching the audio versions with the video version. Um, so it wasn't just like getting ready and looking presentable. It was more of like the behind the scenes where you have to pay attention to the audio as well as the video
It's an
and
added task.
this is literally like a producer's job. Like there's people out here that get paid a professional salary to do what we do. Um, and they just stand behind the camera and do all that and have multiple angles. We never have multiple angles because that would be crazy. But yeah, we're just gonna do it just because it's easier for us. Maybe in the future we'll do like some videos or like some lives or something like that. But for now it's just gonna be audio version only, which is bittersweet.
Yeah. Queer ultimatum.
Yes.
Fun, 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 fun. I feel like we waited a lifetime for this.
Yeah, so season 2 of the Queer Ultimatum is gonna be out on June 25th.
Hmm.
I don't know why they feel the need to do it at the end of Pride and not like at the beginning.
At this point, why do it at all?
Girl,
What has it been
so
like 2 years now
right,
since the last
so
ultimatum?
I think we talked about this, but they contacted us to be on the Queer Ultimatum too. And I'm glad that it didn't work out. But I was looking at the people that they hired.
Mm-hmm.
They really need to work on their diversity.
Mm.
They have one black couple. I think they have one Latina couple maybe. And the rest are white. Or I think there's a Muslim girl, which is good because you don't see that. But something about it is like even the Hispanics, like they're very like light skinned.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have yet to see someone like, I don't know, like true representation. But people are honestly getting over the Queer Ultimatum. Like we're still gonna watch it, obviously, but I'm not happy with the host. I don't like who the host is. Who is she?
An actor.
Like, what qualifies her to be the host of a Queer Ultimatum show?
I
Is
mean, what
is
qualifications do you need
she
to be
a
a host of a
psychiatrist?
queer
I
ultimatum
feel like
show?
she should at least be able to relate. Like, you're not even queer. She's queer? I don't even think she's queer.
But why a queer host? Why do we feel like that's
I just
like
feel like we need some
necessary?
spice. I just feel like we need like something.
I mean, let's be realistic though. You know, we throwing shade, and who knows what her lifestyle is really like.
Like she's queer.
She could be.
I'm about to Google
She don't
her.
gotta be out and about it though. Who's to say
Oh,
she
here we
doesn't
go.
relate?
Yeah.
It's just not broadcasted. Which for some people, they don't like to make quote unquote gay their personality
Yeah.
or queerness their personality.
Well, I Googled it and it says that she is not gay. She identifies as heterosexual and is married to a former professional baseball player.
Okay.
So, yeah. I want to know what the credentials are. Yeah, she's just an actor.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Somebody said that they'll even take Ellen. I don't know about that. That's a stretch for me.
Mm.
It's funny because, like, when I was younger, I liked Ellen. I thought she was funny. And then, like, she would do her stupid little dance.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was funny. And then, I don't know, as I got older, I saw that she was so fucking sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't know, like, a little problematic. And then so much shit started popping out of her later on.
Hmm.
That she was, like, fucking rude to her staff. Like, that she wasn't a nice person. I mean, I think that's the reason why her show even stopped. But I said, what about like Queen Latifah or
Mm-hmm.
like, this is random, but like Raven Simone,
Mm-hmm.
because she got a little podcast and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many like queer people nowadays. Could be a gay man for what I care. Um, and like, when are they gonna do the male version of this too? Because that would be tea.
That is true. I don't know.
Oh God. But yeah, Jojo's uncle came over and I was looking on his phone, like on Grinder.
Mm-hmm.
The men don't lead with a selfie picture. They lead with a picture of their abs.
Yes.
That's like their profile picture.
Body positivity.
Yeah, insane. But yeah, I mean, obviously looking forward to it, but some other people there do look a little interesting.
Yeah. We'll see what the storylines and shit are looking like.
There's always gonna be like what you call it, like someone who's problematic.
Mm-hmm.
They're always gonna have one of those. I was telling George, I was like, but imagine if we were on the show, like who would we match with? Nobody. You think you will match with one of
That's
them?
crazy because it sounds so
I'm going.
shallow. Like
I know. It sounds very
attractiveness,
shallow.
like it would depend. Like off off the rip, as shallow as it may sound, um, physical attraction, like it probably would have been real light. Like it would have came, which I mean, realistically, it wouldn't have mattered because it's the connections that you make with the people. It don't even come down to physical attraction. Like
Right.
that's gonna be the initial push.
Mm-hmm.
But the more time you spend with these people are obviously what's going to like,
Mm-hmm.
really like pull you in and solidify that. I don't know. It wasn't meant for us, so that's all good. I don't know. I guess I almost felt like this season maybe would have been full of like people we've seen before, like influencers. That would have
No,
been
I
something.
think that they decided to not go that route
Yeah.
because we're not the only people they contacted. Like, I know this other couple they contacted. I know this other couple. Mind you, those people aren't even together anymore.
Mm.
So I think they were just trying to contact anybody, and it's crazy because it's like there's so many queer couples. Why did you initially try to contact people who already have a platform?
Honestly, I just wonder what their process is like. Like, what really narrows it down? What are the keys and points that like really lock
I
in
think you have to be a
people to those
problematic
positions?
person, Loki.
Mm.
They want drama. I feel like maybe one of the reasons why we didn't get picked was because I thought in the interview I was very serious
Mm.
because not that I'm a very serious person. I'll throw jokes here and there, but um I'm not with the bullshit.
Mm.
Y'all got a therapist on site? Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah, right. I never heard that. But I do think that they prey on people who are a little bit naive,
Mm-hmm.
and then people who don't have self-awareness, and people who have some emotionally like maturing to do.
Mm.
And when you put those people in a setting like that, like it's gonna be drama, and that is what gets the people going.
It, loo-
It's provocative.
it looks like some of the people in this group are younger too.
Oh yes, that's the other thing. Young as hell, like
Mm-hmm.
25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's usually the younger people who want to rush to get married anyway. So it
Yeah.
checks out for most
No,
reality
yeah.
TV.
But I guess one thing that I noticed about like the ultimatum, other than the first season, I feel like in the first season, I believe there's probably like two couples that are still together. But in the following seasons, queer or not queer, they end up very toxic. You end up not even having forming friendships like that because everyone's dating each other. You end up hating the person that you came in with because that you were gonna marry. You say yes to them even though you want to say no because you didn't want to embarrass them, and then you break up. It's a lot of I feel like it's a lot of embarrassment for both people, and that's why I was like maybe literally that was for the best because why?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like being famous, getting your 15 minutes of fame, okay, at what cost? Truly. Um, but anyways, going into today's topic kind of relates, kind of doesn't, but um we want to talk about the like what it means to like making gay your whole personality. There was a video that we saw on TikTok of this lesbian couple. They were a little bit older. It's a white woman, black woman, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gay, but we're not like gay. Like we what
It was
like
like I don't like don't come over here with no flag. We don't raise like you won't find a pride flag on my property type shit. Like you won't find a pride flag hanging outside of my home or like, somewhere on me basically like I don't how you say it.
you know, I'm about to say something that's problematic. When people say things like that, it gives like you support the orange man. That's what it gives. Because I like, when I saw the video, maybe we should have just played the video, but it was kind of like, and I know that even some people listening to this may think like this, but I'm gonna tell you why you're not like this. Shaming someone who like is so prideful of who they are, it's like shaming someone of being so prideful of like being from a certain race, like being Dominican, being Puerto Rican. Like, why should I hide that part of me if it's literally who I am? It's what has made me. And I feel like for people who are very prideful, it's like, yeah, because you guys don't give a fuck about us, and I want you to understand that I still love myself, and I'm still gonna date around, and I'm still gonna do my thing, and I'm still gonna be this happy person even though I know you don't want me here type shit.
Mhm.
I feel like people who have this mentality wouldn't even listen to this type of podcast. They do not care about the history. Could care two shits about it and could care about like pop culture or any queer media in general. They're
Mhm.
not jumping on it. They're just like, whatever.
So like the whole thing was like, oh, you know, I like queerness or gayness is not my personality. Like I don't bring it up in conversations. I'm not bringing attention to the fact that I'm gay. Like I it was basically like I love someone of the same sex and that's that. That is the only thing that is on that line of gayness. Outside of that, I am just a person. I'm just a person that does not associate with the outly, overly gay, living in my pride type. Like, I just want to be a regular, basic ass person that is a part of a basic community that does not, like, scream for individuality type shit.
Yeah, and they went down the list of like, you wouldn't find me wearing something pride related. You wouldn't find some pride shit in my property. You wouldn't find me like listening or like whatever. And
Posting,
yeah.
gay content. You wouldn't find me. Uh, the funny part was you won't find me searching up on Chat GBT. What are the like gay or queer spaces
Oh
nearby
my
or
God,
whatever? Like I don't
yes.
go to gay bars and blah blah blah. But they used to. But they're out of that stage of like I don't go to like basically I'm not searching for a gay community to be in.
Yeah. And
All my friends are straight. I have one gay
mhm.
best friend. And I mean, cool. Like, that's what works for
Right,
you.
right.
I get it. I'm gay, but I'm not that gay. And the comments were like, the comments were jumping. They were like, oh, yeah, I feel you, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why
the
people are
comments
just,
were like on their side.
yeah. I mean, which there's no side, whatever, how you choose to live. But
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, I'm always such a gray area person, and I feel like sometimes I get it, but sometimes it's just like, what the fuck is the problem, really? Like, I don't know. I just feel
Mhm.
like I've heard it way too often of the
Uh-huh.
whole why make gay your whole personality, and it's not even like on some low key like let's talk about it type shit or like oh I'm just not that like I'm proud and I have pride, but like I just prefer to be this way. Like no, it's always like oh I'm not that gay or
Yeah.
that's too gay. Like there's some type of negative, like,
Connotation.
yeah, that goes with it,
Yeah.
implying that it's just doing too much and it's just being too loud.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what is a little annoying to me because who the fuck cares?
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like there's no right or wrong way. Like I said, even someone who may be listening to this could probably feel like that sometimes. But you can't shit on somebody who's literally just prideful. Like they're happy. They're like prideful. I don't know how else to describe it.
I think
Um,
one of the issues is the fact that people think that it is a trend. It is
oh
no
right.
secret that a good portion of people think that being out, being queer, whatever, being part of the community is a massive ass trend.
Yeah.
Um, so like it just seems like oh it's just for fun, it's just to get attention and blah blah blah, but like some people really out here, you don't know their walk of life, you don't know their journey or their healing process into like finding comfortability and being
Yeah.
true to themselves and who they are and their sexuality.
Mhm.
So I feel like people go through hell and high waters, some people don't, but still like this is how they are, this is how they live to be their
Yeah.
truest self, and to be like looked at or shamed or picked on in a way where it's like okay you're doing too much, like
Yeah.
you're being too gay is like
Yeah, all it is really just being empowering. I do think that people who are older are the ones that have this mentality, because the women in the video look like they were like 50 years old.
yeah,
Like no, like
like cool you don't want
exaggerating
the
it, like
attention, I
legit.
get it, but
Yeah,
like
and like maybe we'll get to a point where we're like 50-year old, or we're like, oh, we want to stay away from that. But like,
mm,
it came off a little like hating pretty
mm-hmm.
much. And I don't know how you can hate on someone who feels like empowered after being silenced for so many years,
Mm-hmm.
especially at this time right now. Like, this is definitely not the time to be quiet and be hiding. Like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Especially right now. So,
Yeah, somebody was in the comments and was like, I hear you and I get it. Like, not everybody has to be so like out there, but let's not get it fucked up. Like the people who have been so, pridefully out
mhm,
loud are the reason why we're allowed to be or have what we have. But
right.
it amazes me. It's just I'm beginning to think it's just with anything in life. But even people like we have issues within our community where people don't like get along,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like because I feel like we've seen it. We've watched or I've watched some of the like little YouTube Jubilee,
Uh-huh.
like videos and where they
Yeah.
were talking about the right, the left
Yeah.
of like people within the community, and obviously everybody has their political view. Not gonna get into that, but you have people within the community who think like, oh, that doesn't belong in this community, or why
Yeah.
are these communities combined, or why are we fighting for
Mhm.
other people who doesn't it's
Yeah.
not really a part of our team, or like I don't know, it's a lot of things. And it's just kind of crazy to see because we're not, I mean, we call out to say, oh, we're a community, and there's a divide even within our community.
Yeah, there is. And that's also the problem too, because why? Why is there a divide between our
Mm.
community? Um, I also want to say that, like, for the gay woman who was very masculine presenting in the video, of course, like, of course, you don't feel like you need to be prideful because you look gay. Like,
Yeah, but you
and I'm
can't
not,
say that
I know,
because
but
then
it's,
it's like, what does gay look like? And that's one
no,
of the
right.
arguments is like,
Because
okay, there's
it's like
they
a
don't want the stereotype.
no, right. It's definitely a stereotype, but at the same time, like, femmes are tired of not looking gay enough
Hmm.
or being told you don't even look gay, you look straight. So it's like
Hmm.
the same shit where it's like, damn, all right, so I'm gonna fucking get a t-shirt that says I'm gay.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna walk around with it. And I'm gonna walk around with a pride flag, or I'm gonna walk around with something like rainbow related, like my watch band. And it's like, oh, is that corny? Because you think it's corny, and like I get it, sometimes too much pride is like, oh god, like, god bless, but like a little fucking watch band just so people could know that I'm gay is like insane.
And even that doesn't imply that you're gay,
Right.
because you just have people who are just like, oh, I like rainbows,
Uh-huh.
or oh, I'm an ally.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real. I mean, I get it, like trying to cut a clear path because like we've all been there, where it's like, okay, I don't even know where my community is at for real, or like I don't even know if I don't know. We all go through phases in life, but like,
Yeah.
damn.
I was also shocked by them saying that they don't look for queer spaces.
Hmm.
It makes me feel like they've never been shamed while being in a straight place, or I've been on a date and I'm getting weird looks from a guy, or I'm getting approached by a guy, and it's like, and this is why I go to queer spaces, because this is a very awkward situation now, because you see that I'm with someone who probably looks gay or whatever, and you're like trying to get at me. Why? So it's like this, and then I'd rather just be in queer spaces because nobody's gonna come up. I mean, people do still come up to you, but like it's not like a guy coming up to you and being a little too assertive. So that was interesting because I feel like queer spaces are always needed. It doesn't have to be
But it's not for
only queer.
everybody.
No, it
That's
doesn't have
all.
to be.
And like we're all in different phases in terms of like different eras and different times where it's like maybe where they're from or whatever whatever their
Yeah.
era looked like before. Maybe they didn't have to worry about, oh, like I need to be in a queer space to feel safe.
Yeah.
mm. But I don't know, I like, cool, you guys got your reasons. You guys just want to be seen as just regular people who happen to be in love with the same sex, and that's as far as like different as you want to be. um that's great, but I don't know, I just feel like this was not to like use them as the only example. I just hear it too often, too heavily, is the whole why do people make that being gay? And
I
it's just
think
like,
that it's kind of like having a niche.
yeah.
Like, if someone likes to work out, their niche is
Mhm.
workout content. Do I fucking walk around and be like, yo, why is that your whole personality that you lift and shit? Like, you a lifter, okay. It's like, okay, like that's awesome. Like that you have that what's it called? Um you're willing to go to the gym every day. Like that's a hard.
Yeah.
Or someone who likes to read books and they love like like their content is about different type of books. Are you gonna be like, wow, you don't like to watch movies, you only like to read books? Like it's like the craziest thing to judge.
Yeah.
It's just a niche.
Hmm.
And I feel like for us, it's literally the niche. It's what gets more attention than anything else. Like yes, we have different parts of ourselves. Um,
Yeah, but
but
everybody
yeah,
has their purpose. We had
yeah.
our purpose for why,
Uh-huh.
we do what we do, and why we're so like heavily and try to be so much involved within, the community and shit.
Mhm.
And that's fine. It's not for everybody, but let's just stop shitting on people and be like, oh, that's too gay. Oh, that's,
Yeah.
too much. Like, nobody's asking you to be around it or to be, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm that gay. So don't tell me nothing.
For sure. And not ashamed of it because I had to hide it for over 25 plus years and yeah, over that. Um so we're going to go to the family meeting and it says, did you have anything before I No?
No.
Okay. All right. Family meeting. It says, I love to travel and I'm in a financial position in my life where I'm able to do so. But my partner is not. She's supportive of me traveling solo or without her, but I can't help but wish I could experience all these things with her. And it's been 2 years of her getting her money together. We have been together for 3 years, and while I do love her, I see all my friends with their partners living life, and I'm not comparing, but this is a deal. But is this a deal breaker? She always has plans for the future, but I don't see any of it happening anytime soon because she's been working the same job since we met. If someone is trying, I'm willing to wait, but she isn't doing anything to change her financial situation. I feel like for the question of like is this a deal breaker? I think it can be, and it's not like a money situation, but it's just like the lack of shared interest and priorities. And like you said that she's had the same job for the last couple of years. Like, is she having conversations with her manager on like getting a raise? Is that like something that may be coming up? If not, is she willing to like look elsewhere? Um, because honestly, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, we don't have this problem, but like trying to go on vacation with people and they be like, I'm broke
Mhm.
all the time. And it's like, damn, but like, can we plan something or like, can we budget together? Like, how can we do this to, even if it's in 2 years from now, like, let's plan in advance and know that, okay, we're gonna, each month, we're gonna put this much money. And that way, we could like book a trip somewhere. Doesn't have to be crazy expensive. It could be an all inclusive or anything like that. Um, yeah. What do you think?
Um, I think that we all date and stay in relationships for potential.
Mm-hmm.
And while sometimes that is okay, um, it doesn't always like work out. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people, you see the potential, and people meet those potential, and some people don't. And I think that we have to accept the fact that like we can't push people to do what they don't want to do. Like we get into relationships and we try to be the best partners and try to do things that are going to, make our partner happy, but sometimes that doesn't always, like that's not always the case. And maybe I just think that she is comfortable with where she's at and what she does, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's as far as she wants to go. And that's not to shit on her. That's not a bad thing. If you are comfortable with where you're at in life, that's okay to say, yo, I'm comfortable. But then you have to accept the fact that if your partner is not comfortable with it, then they have some reevaluating to do.
Yeah, I feel like you're allowed to want more in life, and it doesn't have to be like materialistic things. But if the deeper issue is that you feel like they're not growing with you, then yeah, you gotta have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will figure it out, and hopefully everything works out.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
Bye. Deuce, deuce, mother
Bye.
deuce.